Algebra Word Problems number 29C. Write, solve quadratic equations. Part 3. A quadratic equation, unlike a linear equation, contains a square of a variable. Y equals x squared is a quadratic equation, and there's an infinite number of solutions depending on the values of x and y. When solving a quadratic equations, we sometimes want to find x values when the y value is given. As a first step, the variable that is squared is written to the left of the equal sign. Y equals x squared would be written with x squared on the left. X squared equals y. For each possible value of y, there's two correct values of x. One's a positive square root, and the other's a negative square root. Two answers, two correct values. If we're given this, solve the equation x squared equals y when y equals 16, we plug in the 16 for the y, right here. Now we have x squared equals 16. We solve for x by taking the square root of each side of the equation. X times x equals x squared. So now that's just an x, and 4 times 4 is 16, so that's just a 4. But wait, it could be a minus 4, it could be a negative 4, because negative 4 times negative 4 also equals positive 16. So our answer is plus or minus 4. For each value of x, find the single correct value of y. All right, here we go. Y equals x squared when x equals 4. All we have to do is plug the 4 in for the x. So now we've got y equals 4 squared. That means 4 times 4. That's 16. So we know y equals 16. How about this one? Y equals 2x squared when x equals negative 3. Well, negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. And we would have 2 times negative 3 times negative 3, so that means we have 2 times 9. Y equals 18. So just remember, though, in the 2x squared here, make sure to keep the exponent with the x. To x squared, the exponent is with the x. It's not connected to that large 2. All right? Let's try another one. For each value of y, find the two correct values of x. X squared equals y when y equals 36. So now we're going to plug 36 into right here, and we'll have x squared equals 36. So to solve for x, we take the square root of each side of the equal sign. X times x is x squared, so now we just have this 1x, and 6 times 6 is 36, so we have a 6, but negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. So now we have x equals positive and negative 6. See? 4x squared equals y when y equals 64. Well, we just plug in the 64 where the y is. And we have 4x squared equals 64. So now we think, okay, 2 times 2 is 4, so we've got a 2. And x times x is x squared, so we've got an x. And then on this side, we've got 8 times 8 is 64, so we've got an 8. But wait, negative 8 times negative 8 is also positive 64. So now we've got 2x equals positive or negative 8. But we can divide both sides by 2, because 2x means 2 multiplied to x, the variable. That means to do the inverse operation to get x isolated to one side of the equal sign, we can divide both sides by the 2. That becomes a 1. 2 over 2 as a fraction equals 1. So that drops off and we discard it. And now we've got x equals positive or negative 4. See? Because positive or negative 8 divided by 2 is positive or negative 4. That wasn't too bad, was it? All right. We're doing a really good job moving along here. Now what I'm going to do very quickly for video number 30 is talk about the slope of a line. Okay? I'll see you there. Bye.